Hey guys, Tarek with Cyclone FPV, and we're getting ready to start doing some thrust test data today. Now we've done this in the past, but I've always started and then kind of get busy doing other things. But now I need to do it because I've decided that we're going to start dropping some brands and start picking up new brands depending on how these tests go. So what we're going to be looking for first, now the most important thing right now is I want to check the KV ratings. We know we're running 14 poles, so what we want to do is check the KV ratings and make sure we're getting the right KV out of these. And that basically means that they wound them properly, right? So here you go. We're going to show you this screen right here. And what you're going to see on your left-hand side is the actual data, and on the right-hand side is the motor that we're testing. So in this case, I'll just go back here real quick. And in this case, the motor that we're going to be testing is the Brother Hobby Deadpool series, which is the returner, the R, what is it, the R5, I guess, returner. It's the Deadpool 2306 2450 kV right there, okay? It's one of the ones that we carry and one of the ones that I use on my Quattro 5-inch, the Quattro XL, okay? So I want to see the KV ratings on here, so here we go. Now, as you can see, and I think you'll be able to read this, but basically what we've got here is this describes what we're testing right now. You can see we're using a 4S battery. We've got about 16 and a little over 16.5 volts on it. I'm not really doing any thrust tests right now. That doesn't matter to me. Here's what I'm worried about. I'm basically wanting to do this. Now, the motor is supposed to be a 2450 kV, so we enter that in, right? And this would be a pole reading right here if we need to get poles. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to the measure the KV. All right, we're going to see, I'm going to clone this, and I'm just going to call it CFPV dash, let me see, CFPV dash measure KV, in case we make any changes. And I don't think we've got anything to change here. I think all this is going to be just fine. We don't put a propeller on it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click run. And when I click start, you're going to hear the motor initiate. Okay, so here, the ESC kicked in. Ready? You should. Hold on. Let me go to manual. Well, no, that's not on time. So hold on. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and calibrate the ESC real quickly. Right, so let's just go ahead and do that like we would normally. All right, now let's go ahead, go to automatic control, and here it goes. We're going to click start. And you're going to see the motor, it's going to start spinning. It's going to spin at maximum. It's going to take it to 2000, as you can see. And we're going to see what it measures as KV. That's the most important thing right now. Okay, so on a 2450 kV, we're getting a value of 2461. Excellent. Now I'm gonna stop this, change the motor out, and we'll go to the next. All right, guys. So I've replaced the motor now, and what we're gonna be running next is the R Charlotte's right here. Okay, it's the R Charlotte's 2306. This is gonna be a 2400 kV, and I've got one on here already. I just want to verify. Yeah, timeout. My glasses are. Yeah, it's 2400 kV. That's what this one is right here. So we have a set here to test out to see if we're going to pick these motors up. Not sure yet, but let's just go ahead and give it a shot. So we're back at the main setting here, and I'm going to go to setup here, or utilities, and I'm going to make sure that I put in here our Charlotte's. So this is going to be the 2400 kV. All right, and then let's go to automatic control, and we're going to run this same test again. Let's see how it produces, okay? So here goes. 1 second. Oops. There we go. Ready? And here we go. Hello? Okay, so this is an undervalued motor. I'm going to return and I'm going to check something here. All right, so I'm going to try it again. Make sure we get the same reading twice. So we're going to run this motor now. Here we go. All right, so 2362. Let's go ahead and return, and then we'll run it one more time. So we had like a 2350, a 2362, and we'll take the third one. Okay, so we're going to be between 2350, 2360 range, definitely not 2400 kV. All right, so that's going to definitely be something to consider here if we were to pick up this motor. It's underperforming from what we would be expecting out of it. All right, so the battery, or the motor we have now is going to be another Brother Hobby. This is going to be the Brother Hobby UC 2207-17, I believe that's 1750 kV, that is. Okay, now Brother Hobby did pretty good the first run. We're still going to keep our same battery right now. It's fine, so let's go ahead and head on over to automatic control, and let's get started. Okay, so on a 1750 kV, we're coming up a little short at 1720, I mean. Let's try it again. It's 1722, and we'll do one more run. $17.20. Okay, so again, in this case, we have the Brother Hobby, and it is consistently seems to be around 1720, but it's listed as a 1750 kV motor. Again, we're off by quite a bit there. We're off by 30 kV, and we'll discuss what that means at the end. All right. All right. So this time we're going to use go to a T motor. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to put T motor. We're going with an older motor, T motor F40 Pro 2. 2400, let's see, that is a 2400 kV. Okay, and just to show you what we got here, I do have the package for that one, so there it is, 2400, I think you can see that right there, right? Camera's in there. So that's the F40 Pro 2, 2400 kV. All right, a little bit older motor, awesome motor, I love those motors, but again, what matters to me is the math, so that way we have no, what's the word, no bias, right? So let's go ahead and just go automatic control. Let's run this one. Remember, it's a 2400 kV. See what happens. Okay, so this is a problem. Now, we're going to try this again, but right now it's reading 2524 kV. That's a serious problem. Let's go ahead and try it again. So we got 2524. Okay, 25, 21. Let's try it one more time. So 25, 24, 25, 21. Here goes the last one. 25, 35. Okay, so in this case, this is really off its mark. You know, my guess is, and I'm going to check here, is that if you were, yeah, it's definitely warm. It's not hot. It's warm, but it is spinning. It is putting much more kV out there than it's supposed to. Now, look, I mean, some people may say, hey, look, I'm getting more out of my motor. Well, no, you really need to have it dialed in. Now, some of these being under is a little more acceptable to me than being over, because if, let's say you're using a 6S, right, and you have a 6S, or let's just say a 5S motor, and it's rated for 5S, but it's putting out more kV than it's rated for, then the next thing you know, you may end up with a very, very, very hot motor. So you're putting out here 5%, let's say, so I mean, it's 2400 kV, and you're putting out 2535. So fine, you're putting out a little under 5%, I'd say. So if you looked at it, it'd be 1200 would be 5%, and you're putting at about, 120 would be 5%, and you're putting out about 25, 35 out of 20. No, you're putting out about 5% more. So you're gonna be spinning that thing much harder, so you'll be getting a lot more revolutions out of it than you normally would for what it's rated. So we can go into more of that later, but it's not necessarily a celebratory moment, okay? The other thing to check then will be, like, let's say as Cyclone veers from doing this sort of work, like where we're just selling whatever, to actually fine-tuning it to performance parts, and it doesn't have to be expensive stuff. I mean, we want to cover all the classes, but at the same time, or all the tiers of cost, but we want to try to pull the best out of those specific tiers. Now, here's the situation, here's another situation where we'd be concerned about is, what if you have one motor, like a 2400 spinning at 2535 at its max, and then you have another one that spins at 2400 at its max, or you know, it reports back 2400. So what we have there is we have an issue where the motors are really not going to be running in sync with each other at that point, because we need to be able to give it the power it needs, and it needs to be responding with the RPM that would make sense, right? So we're going to look into all of this, right? And but right now, this is just going to be an assessment on this one, so we'll mark that down and get ready for the next. Okay, guys, the next motor we're going to test. This will be the last one for this particular beginning run here on what is it, March 23rd or 24th, I guess. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is going to be the Chaos 2207.5 1750 kV, and well, not Queso or Chaos. Now, for those of you that you may already know this is the equivalent to the Brother Hobby Speed Shield series. Okay, so that's what this is. All right, so anyway, so let's get going here, and we're going to go ahead and run this one, and let's see how this performed as well. I mean, I gotta tell you, it's 1755. That's right in line with Brother Hobby's other 1750. The UV that what is it? The UL, whatever it was, that we did. Sorry, the one that's sitting right here is the UC. My gosh, I apologize. So that is a 2207, not 2207.5, but it was a 1750. So far, sorry, the returner actually had better, but I'm gonna run this one 3 times as well. So let's just make sure. And I should have run the returner R5, the Deadpool, 3 times. I didn't. I will come back and do that one again. But I'm confident that we can stay with that one. That's pretty accurate. But this is only this came in at 1755. I mean, I can't complain about that at all. Okay, we got 1762. And what we're going to do now is going to give it a chance here. Let's go ahead and reset, and then let's run it one more time. Remember, it's a 1750 motor, so we're going to try to be in line here, see where we're at. All right, so we have between 1755 as low as 1765. Still pretty happy with that, with those numbers there. I will accept that, and we'll put all this in a chart actually, so we know exactly how high we are from them. But these are all 14-pole motors. So we've done, we did the Deadpool, we did the F40 Pro 2 what was that, 2400. We did the UC 2207 1750 by Brother Hobby. We did the R Charlotte's 2206. 2306 2400 by our Charlottes, and then we did the Chaos, which is basically our motor name, but it's on that's the Brother Hobby Speed Shield series that we asked them to make for us in that mirrored look, and that was a 1715. It came back between 1755 1765. So the closest for now, easily, is the Brother Hobby Deadpool. It was pretty much spot on. And then I want to say that it's between the UC 2207 or this one here, the one that's on now, the Chaos. It was the next closest. The farthest was the F40 Pro 2 2400 that was reporting over 2530 kV, so over 5% error there. And I find that I think the margin of error that some of these companies actually allow is 5%. I remember hearing that from someone, and while that may seem acceptable, let's just say that we're working to figure out, when you spend $24 to $28 on a motor, one motor, and you have another motor that's like $8, why would the motor that's $8 be closer to the KV than the one that's more expensive? You know, you would pay, in my opinion, and I would expect that you would be paying for the material, the design, and the reliability. And clearly, they may look cool and they may sound cool, but if they don't stay cool, that's pretty good, actually. Then we have a problem. So we're gonna have to look into that, okay, guys? So this will be, we're gonna be doing a lot more of this now, because we're making some pretty quick decisions to get rid of some product, or to at least be able to put the correct details on there for you. If you have any questions, guys, as always, please let us know by heading on over to our Cyclone FPV page, our group page there on Facebook. And as always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It would be greatly appreciated for your support. And if there is a motor that once we go through the series, if there's one you want to see, if it's on our website, let me know. If we don't carry it, let me know anyway. We'll make arrangements to get it so we can get you the data, okay? Because we are going to have thrust data and everything else as well on this one, okay? Other than that, guys, God bless, be safe, and most of all, go spend time with your family. You never know how much time you have left, so please make the most of it. We'll talk to you soon. You can always fly later, guys. Peace.